Have you ever watched a master craftsman at work? Their hands move with precision and purpose, but what's most fascinating is how they treat their tools. They don't just use them, they carefully select, clean, and maintain each instrument to ensure it's ready for the perfect moment. Now imagine something even more profound. What if you could be that perfectly prepared instrument, but in the hands of the ultimate master? Every day, countless people wonder about their purpose, questioning their worth and significance in this vast world. But here's a perspective that could transform your entire outlook. You were designed to be more than just a passive observer in life's grand story. You were created to be an instrument in God's hands, a vessel of purpose and divine influence. Think about the most beautiful music ever created. A violin can only produce that magnificent sound when it's properly tuned, well-maintained, and in the hands of someone who knows exactly how to use it. Similarly, our effectiveness in serving God's purpose isn't about our natural talents or social status. It's about our willingness to be prepared and purified for His use. But what does it mean to be God's instrument? Imagine a surgeon's scalpel. It must be sterile, sharp, and ready at exactly the right moment. The scalpel doesn't decide what operation to perform. Its power comes from being perfectly prepared and in the right hands. In the same way, our role isn't to determine our purpose, but to ensure we're ready when God calls us to action. The process of becoming God's instrument starts with something both simple and challenging: surrender. It's about saying, "Lord, I'm willing to be shaped by you." This isn't a one-time decision, but a daily choice to allow God to cleanse us from anything that might hinder our usefulness. Let's break this down into practical steps. First, start each day with a moment of surrender. Before your feet hit the floor, say, "Today, I choose to be available for your purpose." Second, regularly examine your life for anything that might be dulling your spiritual effectiveness: negative attitudes, harmful habits, or unresolved conflicts. Third, actively seek opportunities to serve others, remembering that God often works through us to touch the lives of people around us. Consider a master painter's brushes. They don't just randomly collect paint, they're carefully cleaned after each use and stored properly to maintain their effectiveness. Similarly, we need regular spiritual maintenance through prayer, studying scripture, and participating in community with other believers. Many people struggle with feeling inadequate or unworthy to be used by God. But here's the beautiful truth. God isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for willing hearts. Remember, Moses stuttered, David was a shepherd, and Peter was a fisherman. What made them effective wasn't their initial capabilities, but their willingness to be shaped and used by God. The impact of becoming God's instrument extends far beyond our own lives. When we position ourselves as vessels for His purpose, we become channels of His love, wisdom, and power to a world in desperate need. Every act of kindness, word of encouragement, or moment of service becomes infused with divine purpose. Start today by asking yourself, what needs to be cleared away in my life so I can be more useful to God? What attitudes or actions am I holding on to that might be limiting my effectiveness as His instrument? Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's availability and willingness to be used for something greater than ourselves. Your journey to becoming God's instrument begins with this moment. Every step of surrender, every choice to pursue purity, every act of service positions you to be more effectively used by the Master. The world needs people who are willing to be instruments of divine purpose, bringing hope, healing, and transformation to places of brokenness. Will you take that step today? Will you surrender yourself to be shaped, cleaned, and used as an instrument in the hands of the Master? The choice is yours, and the impact could be eternal.